One of the most common issues I have to address in every single lesson that I teach, whether it's middle school students, high school, college, or in my own playing, is air. Air is incredibly important in the production of sound for the clarinet, for the response, for articulation, for intonation. It affects everything that we do. So I wanted to show you a few exercises that you can use to help your students to learn how to engage the cage, which is making sure we're playing with proper breath support where it needs to come from clarinet down low. So the first exercise that I have students do is to sit in a chair with a back on it to make sure they're sitting up far away from the back, so they're not using that back to support them at all. I have them play a low F and then slowly lift their legs in the air and hold them. They're going to be aware, they're going to feel something there, then to bring the legs back down. And I always ask them, where did you feel it? And they always let me know they're feeling it here. So that makes them aware of what it feels like to have that good pressure that we need for clarinet, that pushing down and out pressure that stays, whether we're playing pianissimo or fortissimo, to keep the reed vibrating the way it needs to get a good sound on the instrument. You can recreate that exercise a little bit differently, not quite as effectively, I don't think, but it still works, to have the students stand up and try the same exercise, just lifting one leg and holding it. Good balance exercise, but it also helps them to be aware of what's happening in the abdominal region. Another one is clarinet sit-ups. We always call it clarinet boot camp when we do this. And when I go out and do clinics, I like to have a very brave person come up and try this in front of everyone. I have the student lay on their back and put their clarinet in the air, just like they're going to play that angle. And I have them play a C. And then when you give them the signal, they gradually will sit up. And they'll notice right before they get to the top of the sit-up, that's where they're going to feel that pressure, that engaging of the cage more than any other time. But that actual playing, you'll hear the sound change. That's a great thing for them as well, to be able to hear how it impacts the sound quality when they're actually putting good air through the horn. Other great things that I use a lot of times in my methods classes are to take a small piece of paper and have the student go to a wall and focus the air, starting pretty close, maybe 6 inches from the paper, and then slowly back up, seeing if they can keep that pressure against the paper, see how long they can hold it. All of that is making them aware of the fast airstream we need to play with, and also that idea of engaging the cage, keeping good breath support for the clarinet. One last small exercise you could try, very simple one, it's good for beginners, is to just take a balloon and ask them to start trying that initial blowing of the balloon. That initial feeling that they have, that pressure, is another good way for them to feel that engaging of the cage. So those are some exercises that can help you to teach proper breath support for your young clarinetists.